What's up there, guys? This is Dibalen Football Channel, Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel, football from the fans' perspective. Welcome back, welcome to our new video. We're doing a review of Kaizer Chiefs vs Celtics, 1-1 draw. Of course, a very frustrating game, the last game of Kaizer Chiefs in the PSL this year. Of course, we're going to resume next year. Our last game was a very frustrating one, to be honest, but there's few things that I think they need to be noted. Going forward, going to next year, that we need to note and that we need to at least pay attention to. And before we do that, if you are new in the channel, please let us subscribe. Let us turn on the notification button. Let us share the videos, and then let us have conversation in the comment section. I seriously want to hear from you. I'm very much interested in hearing what you think about this game. My view on the game, before we do that, let's start in the lineup. My view, Kuna was dropped for a pay. Very understandable why Kuna was dropped. The two mistakes against Leopards and against Supersport, unforgivable. And then right back Ngezana. One thing to note, Ngezana instead of centre back was playing right back, and Muliko was dropped. Two centre backs, Mato and Ramasham Pahlele. And then left back Cardoso. So there's two changes at the back that needs to be noted. Three changes in fact. Shift of Cardoso to the left back, and then the introduction of Ramasham Pahlele, and then the shift of Ngezana to the right back, whereas is a natural centre back. The first thing in that defense was that I was comfortable with the defense. So to be honest, very comfortable with that defense. I don't have a problem with it. Yes, they're not giving us options going forward. Unlike Zulu was giving us options going forward, Cardoso is more sit back and defend. Unlike Muliko of course was not giving us options going forward. Still no options defensively. I don't understand why he kept on getting the lineup. Ngezana started and more improved. To be honest, improved defensively. We improved to be honest. In this game of Celtics, Kaizer Chiefs defensively, I was more comfortable. Yes, I'm not saying Akpe is a good keeper, but I was more comfortable with that defensive line. In front of them is Agay. In front of Agay on the right, you have Blom. On the left, you have Ngobo. I think they are fine boys right now. I think they deserve the starting lineup. I don't have questions with whether they are starting or what. That is fine. That is okay. And there's much more improved game on Agay. One thing that we need to speak about, Agay, much more improved in his game. And then there's different side of the game in terms of Blom. We have seen the different side of Blom, the charging forward. I saw it in the game against Supersport, charging forward, entering the box, because we know him as a natural right back and at least as a sitting midfield, but more charging forward, a different side of his game. And there's one thing that I think it is worth noting, and I'm very much impressed with how Agay has improved in this game. Game against Celtics, again, besides the goal, he has improved a lot. Passing improved, defensively improved, and of course, I'm not saying it's perfect, but yeah. And then in front of them, Manyama, serious concerns with him. Castro and Billiat, serious concerns because they started all the games, but he has not been giving us anything. The first half, of course, let's get to the first half. We played okay, we started okay. Celtics didn't have any chance in the first half. That's one thing that you need to know. That is why I said I was a bit impressed by the team defensively. Celtics never had a single chance on the first half. That is the first time we had something like that in Kaizer Chiefs. Every time we looked so shaky. First half was okay to me. Akumu improved. Of course, that's one thing that I want to say. We played the ball. The first chance we had, corner kick, we converted. Akumu had a goal, his second goal for Kaizer Chiefs. Of course, that is not his first goal. His second goal, header. We still have strength in terms of aerial balls, and we need to capitalize on them. There's no need to stop the aerial ball game. There's no need at all. Where it is necessary, it is a corner kick, it is a set piece. Let's use the aerial ball, and we got a goal. Very much good goal, of course. And I'm happy for Akumu. It was good for his confidence. In fact, since the goal as well, he improved a lot in his game. You could see he was a bit more involved in the game, better in terms of holding the ball and passing the ball, of course. And then we created the second chance. Ngobo threw pass to Billiat. And that's where my concerns start. Billiat misses that ball, and you sit down, you wonder, Billiat gets the chance. All the games that we played, Billiat has been starting. And I've said that the coach needs to drop him, and then he must come in, as a sub, of course. And we try. Maybe it might work on his confidence. Because he missed a very obvious goal. To me, yes, cuts in. After that, after beating the player in front of him was Lakibalo, of course, that was supposed to be a goal. To me, that was supposed to be a goal. Unforgivable. From then, that's when I was like, okay, I started developing this bad energy against Billiat. But of course, not a bad player, but I think it needs to be dropped and come as a sub. There's Zuma in that team. There's Changas in that team that can play in that position, and there's Kambole in that have not, they've not been given their fair chance. And Billiat has been getting the chance, and is not giving us 100. To be honest, he's not converting the chances. Always promising but not converting. And then the third chance that we had was Manyama through ball to Blom. Of course, that's the third. His entrance. That's what I spoke about. His entrance into the box against Supersport, entered the box of Supersport, he missed. Even now, failed. He managed to beat Jackson Mabukhwane, but the situation was quickly managed by the Celtics defense. But one thing that I like about him, about Blom, he's driving into the box. He's driving into the box. So one thing that we've been lacking someone that enters the box. Him and Ngobo. That's one thing that their energy is very commendable. Very commendable. Blom has to fix just one thing right now, because I got two chances. The first chance in Supersport, in fact, in Supersport got two chances. One chance in the game against this one against Celtics, has to improve his game in the box. In the box of the opposite team, he needs to be a bit more comfortable. He needs to be a bit more, calm and try to improve his finishing or playing around, passing. If you can't finish, just pass and give an assist. That will work for us. But Blom, huge improvement from Blom, huge improvement from Agay. Of course, Ngobo has always been there. Second half, also Blom, you could see Blom going forward. And then Celtics didn't have a chance. That's one thing I need to note. First half, Celtics didn't have a single chance, and that's what I think has improved. Come the second half, cometh the problem. Cometh the problem, to be honest, and I was very frustrated. The team enters, first 10 minutes, I understand, when Akpe gets the ball, it comes down, the team tries to manage it. But first 10 minutes, now 15 minutes into the second half, was still reserved. And to me, it is not even about the players. It is not about the players. Something happened in that dressing room. The coach just told their players to be reserved, and that is what costed us. Because Kaizer Chiefs, the second half Kaizer Chiefs, different Kaizer Chiefs with the first half Kaizer Chiefs, and that is one thing that we've been crying about in this season. First half and second half, they have never been the same. If we have a good first half, we're going to have a bad second half. If we have a bad second half, we're going to have a good, if we have a bad first half, we're going to have a good second half. And that is one thing that is happening with the Hunt's team. The team of Hunt has been consistently inconsistent in terms of the halves. Consistently inconsistent. First half, if it's good, second half, it's bad. And this is what we saw in this game against Celtics. Completely different Kaizer Chiefs. Couldn't do anything second half. And why was that? Why did we drop the energy? That's the first thing that I'm asking myself. Why did we drop the energy against Celtics? Because we had them, and now we allowed Celtics to build. That mistake is going to happen. The defense is going to drop the ball, of course, and then a very good finish by the Celtics player. Very good pass, very good finish. I don't complain about that. I don't even blame the defense. Hear me. I don't blame the defense, because I blame the entire team. The entire team let the ball down. We just let the ball down for no reason at all. And to me, it looks like it's the instruction from the coach. And then we brought in Zuma, brought in Parker. They couldn't do anything in that game, because already the team was down. They couldn't effect any change in that team, because the team was reserved in the second half, and we allowed Celtics to come back in the game. Stayed for a very long time with 1-0. We allowed them to come. Yes, 10 minutes. First 10 minutes manage them. But after that, try and pass, try and go forward, try and own the ball, try and attack. We saw nothing of that nature. Nothing of that nature. Billiat was isolated. Manyama was isolated. It was a very terrible game. And then there's another thing that is very strange. In around 81, when we have 10 minutes left, 10 plus minutes left, the coach introduces 3 defenders. It's 1-1, 3 defensive players. He accepts a draw. Introducing Tiantia Katsande, that I don't understand what was his role. And then Moleko. As well, I don't understand what was the issue there. Because you have Kambolo who's outside, you have Changas who's outside, that needs to be introduced. We try and finish the game at a high note. Last 10 minutes, try and push, and we see if we cannot secure a win. But the coach accepts a draw. In fact, it's the one who proposes a draw to John Maduka, and John Maduka accepts that draw, and it's a draw, and I don't think we deserved to have a draw. I don't think we deserved. First, we were supposed to convert those goals in the first half, those chances in the first half. Second half, I don't know what was the instruction from the coach. Why did the players have to drop the ball? Why did the players have to be reserved? Why are we consistently inconsistent? Why our first half does not look like our second half? I don't know. I don't know what is the Hans' plan around this. Ne? And these are things that I've noticed, is that, to be honest, I think it's the coach. This has to do with the coach, to be honest. This has to do with instructions. Otherwise, players would not just drop, winning 1-0 and you just drop like that. It doesn't make sense at all. Celtics was not so dangerous, to be honest. It was not so dangerous. There was nothing of a threat with that Celtics team. We've managed to neutralize them in the first half. I don't know why did we change, and I think it's the coach that changed the tactics. It's the coach that changed the mentality of the players, that sort of dropped after the dressing room, and that is very frustrating to me. That is very frustrating. And then against improved game, yes, it's a note. And then I don't understand the 3 defenders change from the coach. I'm very concerned about that. I don't know why would the coach do that when we have 2 attacking players in that game that could have gave us something. Overall, to be honest, the reading of the game is the inconsistencies. The inconsistencies are very worrisome. I don't know what you think about this. I want to hear you from the comment section, of course, but I'm very much more concerned about the inconsistencies. But overall, Kaizer Chiefs, to be honest, if you look into that team, in the halves that we've done well, if we can continue with that, if we can continue with that momentum of the first half in the game against Supersport, in the game against Celtics, if we could continue with that game, to be honest, there's no team that we cannot beat. There's seriously, literally no team we cannot win against. There's no team we cannot compete against. If we do what we did in the first half against Supersport, we do what we did in the first half against Celtics, we'll continue, and we are consistent. That team is not so bad, man. Our team is not so bad, and I just don't know what is happening with the coach. What are the instructions in the second half, in the first half? What is happening? Why are we so inconsistent? That's one thing that I want to hear from you. Otherwise, there are concerns. Why is the guy Nukovic still not playing? Those are concerns that are something of later on. But I want to hear from you. Please tell me what you think about the Celtics game. Of course, what is your view on the Celtics game? More special judging with how the Celtics played against Orlando Pirates and how played against us right now. I don't think we did so bad, but I feel like the coach is the one who's letting down the guys, and I feel like he's the one who proposed the draw against Celtics, and that was so unnecessary. From me, thank you very much. Love and peace.